This James has been bugging me for a while now for one of these. This is going to be a little bit of a layout update video. Unfortunately, this will be the last one for this particular layout, as I am moving out shortly, like tomorrow-ish. And I really don't have room for my layout, which, as you can see, is kind of also fallen into disrepair. A lot of junk's been piled in. Of course, you knew about that junk, but there's a lot of my painting stuff is stuck over here. As you can see, though, I did in the past, before I stopped working on it for the summer, added this yard here, and I began to build the extension off where it was going to connect back there. The current fate of the layout is to be fully dismantled. It's going to suck. Most of I'm not getting rid of my HO scale stuff. It's going to be all put in boxes because my new place, I'm actually going to go back to N scale. Of course, any of you have been paying attention into my videos, the descriptions of the Mid-Michigan Central Railroad, which my buddy James built, that layout as well has been dismantled. It's going to be rebuilt in HO scale, and this is a tentative track plan that I have come up for him. Still haven't come up with a track plan or any ideas for an N scale layout. My HO scale stuff, though, you'll still see all of it: 469, 1229, or 1225, 389. All my HO stuff will still be around. It'll just be over James's a lot. I'll still maybe have a little bit of a HO scale switching set up somewhere. And of course, I still have all the O scale stuff, but I'm going to start building an HO scale layout, and it's going to be much better than this. This layout was a good learning layout. I love this layout. But I just don't have the room for it, so in the future when I do have the room, this layout probably won't be rebuilt, but you'll see, this building, all these little cars and everything will all still be there on any new layout I build. Although some of my HO scale stuff I might be selling off, I don't know yet. Another thing I've been working on, I've started doing some weathering and painting and stuff. You've probably seen like 389's been heavily weathered, plus my Canadian Pacific SD40, which I weathered. A couple of videos of it if you look somewhere over here, wherever the hell YouTube decides to put it. That locomotive is going to be for sale. If you're interested, just drop me a line. Yeah, anyways. Here we have one of the cars that I've done up, just lightly weathered. Don't know if the camera's going to show all the weathering. It's a Santa Fe, or ATSF as it's lettered, bulkhead flat car. The car's not for sale. No, definitely not. I like this car. And one of my Ann Arbor cars, which I'm still working on. The car originally was black, but since they were loading concrete, or they were loading cement mix into it, powder cement, that's a lot of heavy dust. So it's got some rust marks on it. It's got a lot of dust. There's mud on the bottom. I still want to put a little bit more mud. The roof, I want some black grime on. I'll do some rust around the knuckles. Some more mud. There's a little bit of mud spray up on the ladders there. And this spot right here I didn't get because I actually didn't have the roof on when I was painting it. But now that the roof is on, I can match the paint better, and I'll get both ends of it. And of course, for those of you who aren't familiar with scale, be very careful because I just glued the roof on that car, and it hasn't been sealed yet. I don't have any sealant put on it. But there's a N scale locomotive, comparatively similar locomotive in HO scale. Just for those of you who don't know, it kind of pains me to go down a scale, but I can live. I'll survive. So yeah, that's it. Might be a while before I do another layout update video. Also, I've gotten a new computer. That's why I haven't been able to do any real video editing, because I can't get my video editing software to work right. So I'm working on fixing that. What else? Just a quick shot over here too. I'm gonna throw you out of the way, throw you out of the way. There's a O scale locomotive I've been working on. Just take a wild guess at what it is. You'll know in a minute 'cause I'm gonna say it, but yeah, this started out as all brass. James and I have been painting it. Well, actually, mostly I. This side, I kind of got a little heavy. The I had to do some touch-up because it had some scratches and stuff on it. So the lettering isn't as clear over here. I'm going to darken it up a little on the other side and maybe do a very, very, very light weathering on it. Just a little bit of dust. Not a whole lot of rust. Maybe a little bit of mud on the trucks. Mud and dust on the trucks and a little bit of spray in these areas where it'd be kicked up. And, the paint is set good. And of course, a 1-ton brick that is the body. Now, when I was doing the touch-up, the paint I used to do touch-up was actually different than the paint that we originally used, so it's slightly glossy. Part of doing the weathering, I'll put some flat black coming out of here, you know, just dusting, light dusting across the top, and then I'll also hit it with some dull coat, some clear coat finish to seal the paint. There's still some touch-up on the handrails right here to do. I gotta do up this front box here. It's got some scratch paint there. Walkway right here needs a little bit of touch-up too. Just a little bit of minor things left to do on this locomotive, and I gotta decal it. I'm gonna decal it, then weather it. Very, very lightly though, just enough to make it look like it's not brand new, but still look new. And then, if we look over here, we got the motor, which needs to be replaced, which James says he has a new motor. Then I'll do all the electronics, we have decoders and everything for it, and it should be up and running by fall. So, that is last layout update video for this layout. I'm going to categorize all these videos into FMR, White Pine Sub, or something like that. I'll come up with an official name for this layout, even though it's already gone. And then I'll start work on my N-scale layout, which I'm going to go DCC just because that is beautiful. But yeah, that's it. Time to start tearing this apart. They still be clean.